and selling, trading, and exchanging of services as individuals or as a country. Money goes round.
Dismissing fears of an imminent fuel scarcity. Although some filling stations did not dispense petrol, as Ukadike said, marketers were only being cautious because of the prevailing volatility in fuel prices, particularly amid the ongoing Middle East crisis. He explained that depot owners temporarily suspended loading operations to adjust prices and request top-up payments from marketers who had already paid for products before the latest price increase. However, he noted that depot owners do not refund marketers when prices fall below the amount previously paid for products. The Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria has retained the monetary policy rate, the benchmark interest rate, at 26.5% for the second consecutive meeting, citing renewed geopolitical tensions in the Middle East and persistent inflationary risks despite a slight moderation in domestic inflation. The decision was announced by the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Cardozo, at the end of the MPC's 306th meeting in Abuja. Cardozo said the MPC also retained the standing facilities corridor around the MPR, the cash reserves ratio at 45% for deposit money banks, 16% for merchant banks, and 75% for non-treasury single account public sector deposits. The decision follows the committee's previous decision to hold rates after implementing a 50 basis point cut in February of this year. Meanwhile, members of the organized private sector and economists backed the MPC's decision to retain the benchmark interest rate, describing it as the most sensible option amid global uncertainty. The Nigerian exchange has sustained its upward momentum as investors added 307 billion naira to market capitalization, driven by renewed buying interest in medium-cap stocks that easily outweighed profit-taking in selected equities. Total market capitalization rose from 158.812 trillion naira at the opening of trading to close at 159.11 trillion naira, while the NGX All-Share Index advanced 0.19% to reach 246,659.56 basis points, up from 246,183.96 points. The positive session reflected continued investor appetite for fundamentally strong equities following the market's robust start to the week, with buying interest heavily concentrated across the real estate, hospitality, healthcare, and industrial sectors. Market breadth closed firmly in positive territory, with 34 gainers outperforming 22 decliners, underscoring broad-based buying activities across key sectors of the local exchange. The National Pension Commission has announced plans to establish dedicated revenue streams for state pension bureaus in a major push to overhaul subnational pension compliance. The initiative aims to incentivize state governments across the country to fully adopt and enforce the contributory pension scheme. The Director General of PENCOM, Omolola Oloworaron, disclosed the strategy during the 2026 Consultative Forum for States, the Federal Capital Territory, and licensed pension fund operators held in Lagos, addressing the core challenge of funding and operational hurdles at the subnational level. PENCOM expressed its commitment to creating sustainable financial incentives for state administrations. The move also follows increasing concern over poor compliance levels nationwide. On the foreign scene, President Donald Trump has announced a 50% tariff on Canadian imports, marking one of the steepest duties to take effect since the Supreme Court struck down his most sweeping tariffs earlier this year. The administration framed the move as a response to what it says is Canada's long-standing trade barriers. Ever since the Supreme Court blocked Trump's broad tariff authority, many governments and businesses believed the risk of being hit with new tariffs had eased. But now, Trump is signaling that he may have found a way to revive them. However, Trump is relying on a 1930 trade law that gives a president the power to impose tariffs of up to 50% when another country discriminates against American goods. And that was the business news on Today 95.1 FM. Thank you for listening. I'm Dawn Wilson. Good afternoon.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Say no to the ordinary. Embrace the extraordinary, because we are the voice of the people. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM.
Today is business. Today is a new trend for your businesses. We give you all the information you need to grow your business, new ideas and innovations that keep you earning more and staying relevant.
Every day we engage in business, buying and selling, trading and exchanging of services as individuals or as a country. Money goes round, it goes up and down. But have you ever wondered what business is all about? And have you ever wondered how you can stand out in your business?
Today FM has got you covered every Wednesday between the hours of 1 p.m. to 2 p.m.
Learn all you need from professionals on how the country runs its business affairs and how you can be an outstanding entrepreneur and grow your business.
Business Today.
All right. Good afternoon, amazing Port Harcourt people. Good afternoon, amazing Rivers people. Good afternoon, Nigerians, and of course, those of you listening to Today 95.1 FM from wherever the world over. Yes, wherever you may be. We are the premium talk station. I did say the name already today, 95.1 FM. My name is Dawn Wilson, and yes, as the promo did say, it's time for business today. Now, we're going to be doing things a little differently because Dr. Kwagi is unavoidably absent, and that's because you do know he's a senior lecturer at River State University, and they're having exams. So, yes, he's been pulled away to... And if you'd like to be part of the conversation when that time rolls around, of course, here are the numbers, because I want it to be interactive in this sense. I put out what I know, and you two put out and in, because you're calling into the studio, of course, so you put out and in what you know. So, ladies and gentlemen, lend me your thoughts, just as you've been lending me your ears. Here are the numbers to be part of the show. 0810-9510-951. That's 0810-9510-951. For text messages, WhatsApp messages, and voice notes, 0701-9339-962, 0701-9339-962. On social media, yes, you can be part of the show via social media. YouTube, Today 951 FM. That's YouTube, Today 951 FM. On Facebook, and I do believe we have a post running, because like I said, lend me your thoughts as you lend me your ears. So you can go there and put your thoughts and experiences down there. Today 95.1 FM. That's Today 95.1 FM. Instagram, X, and Twitch all have the same handle. Today FM 951. That's Today FM 951. Now, you can also be part of the show via the website, www.todayfmlive.com. That's www.todayfmlive.com. So, smartphone or smart TV, listen live. You see that right there. Tap that, you are in. For those of you who prefer apps, we've got TuneIn and Radio Garden, and they are on, the Google Play Store and also Apple Play Store, or Apple Store, rather. Download said apps and then search Today 95.1 FM. That's all there is to that. Now, at some point in time, yes, the phone lines will be open, but please, brevity is your friend. Yes, just to break the ice a bit, of course. So keep it short and sweet, as I say, kiss. Keep it short and sweet, or keep it super simple. 1 minute, please. Now, in some cases, some rare cases, of course, you might get 30 seconds extra, and that's because, well, you may not have finished your thought, and your thought bears listening to. So 30 seconds. Don't take it as a right, it's simply a gift. Okay, let's get into it. So, I was somewhere yesterday. They sell wrappers. I'm not a wrapper person, but my friend has this occasion or event, and so they need some Ankara this and Popo that and George's. Let's see now, what other rapper? Krukrubite. Like I said, I'm not being a rapper, so I don't know all the names. But Popo, Krukrubite, yeah, okay. Gum, yeah, there's also gum, yeah. And so we went to this shop. And the lady, my friend, is also friends with the owner of the shop, and so we just sat around and, we're gisting. And then this man comes. So we had to give him chance to speak because we weren't leaving anytime soon. And I was like, how much is this? And how much is that? And how much is this? And how much is that? He just kept touching different things. Of course, it was already inside my mind, like, now what for you? Buy something. Now, which will be how much is this? How much is that? He wants to buy for his wife. They're having some event and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Okay, good husband. But at some point in time, the owner of the shop started frowning and then stopped talking. How much is this? You won't answer. How much is this? You won't answer. And business-minded folks like you all are, the customer is king. Cash is king, but the customer is even kinger. That's not a real expression. I like coming up with weird things. And eventually, after seeing that the shop owner was no longer responding to him, he left. And so I was like, what happened now? Why didn't you, attend to his inquiries? And she simply said, he's a thief. I said, yes, that's how they do. He's a thief. They will ask you question because they are looking for an in. So that's why I stopped answering him. And when he realized that I'm onto him, he left. I say, She said, yeah, so you see in business, there are tips and tricks of the trade. Ladies and gentlemen, just as we have people in markets who, by sleight of hand, can give you half cup of, half painter or half custard of gari and say it's full, yes. Business owners also have tips and tricks of how to decipher criminals, fraudsters, and all of that. So like I said, if you're business-minded or you have a business of your own, I'm going to be giving you some business survival guides. Some you know, some you don't know. Local and international tips that could help you save money. You see, money can be lost in more ways than one. It's not always that you dropped money somewhere and then it disappeared. Money can be lost in many ways. Businesses experience loss in many ways. So, let's look at some business survival tips and tricks. I'm going to start with money, get into other angles, and then go back to money because, well, cash is king, as they say. So, a lot of you already know this, but it bears repeating, and here's why. Some of us might have encountered this expose or casting via social media, and some people might not be on social media. And this platform or radio might be the only way they get to know one or two things. So you'll hear some new things and you'll hear some old things. So let's start with fake transfer scams. Now, this is perhaps the most common scam affecting our businesses today. So imagine a customer comes in, buys like 50,000 naira worth of goods and then claims that the money has been transferred. All right? Claims that the money has been transferred Looks like we're experiencing some technical issue. Pardon me. Let's see if I can't solve that issue. Okay, looks like I can't solve it. Let's continue the show. The technicians will be working on the issue that just cropped up. So yeah, somebody comes into your establishment and then claims that they have paid the money, and quickly flashes a debit alert on their phone. Usually it's their phone or a screenshot. And then they're pressuring you like, oh, the network is slow. It will come later, this and that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here is the golden rule. Never, ever release goods until you verify payment from your own bank notification or app. Never ever take the customer's word for it, even if it is your green grand that appeared. Never ever. And here's why. Here's another important bit. A lot of you, oh, I don't know how to use banking app. I only know how to use USSD. Nah, learn, and learn it fast. Because sometimes, yes, we know there might be banking glitches where the money is in the account, but you haven't gotten a credit alert yet. So, the only way to ascertain if the money has actually dropped is getting into your bank app. When you get into your bank app, you will see what's in your account. You will also see there's a place where you can go to see the transaction history. You see it there. If it's in your app, then yes, it has come. Unless, of course, you're working with some bank official. But if it's in your app, then it has come. So sometimes don't outrightly rely on credit SMS alerts. Get into your app, check it, go. In fact, here's another tip you can use. When the money lands, especially if you don't trust the person, because go with your gut. Your gut is your protection. When the money lands, you can give them have 2 or 3 accounts. In fact, some of these fintech accounts have them. Once it lands, quickly transfer the money from there out, because sometimes some of these fraudsters, they go back and they dispute the transaction. And if the bank doesn't do their due diligence, they could return the money back to the person because it was disputed. So you have an account where the money drops into, and then you transfer it to your main account. So you're sure that your money, any other one dispute and the money don't come out from that account that is always empty, because you're using it to move money from one point to another. So always trust your bank app, your notifications, because screenshots can be edited, debit alerts can be manipulated, but you see your bank record, yeah. Now let's get into POS business protection, because some of you have suffered ugly fates. POS operators, one careless second can wipe out the day's profits. So here are some tips and tricks for you. Confirm the amount entered before pressing send. Yes, people have started this ugly trend of when you hand them the POS terminal, which I do not advise anymore. When you hand them the POS terminal, let's say they want to collect 8,600 naira, you give them the POS terminal, they will now put 86,000. If you don't look, well, Okwana Huna begins. So do not trust anybody again, even if the person is your great green grand that came from the grave. Do not. Better still, like I said, don't give them the terminal. Input it yourself. Now, this relationship goes both ways, because some POS operators are also crooks. So make sure that the person is not putting 860 naira. Yeah, it goes both ways. Be sure of what you're doing before you press send. Now, read the amount aloud, so both of you and the customer agree. Both you and the customer agree. So let's go back to 8,600 naira. The person now says, what I'm seeing here is 8,600 naira. The customer will say, yes, that's what I want. Say it loud, say it proud. Like, what's his face now? The guy that used to dance. I feel good, James Brown. Yeah. Say it loud, say it proud. Now, wait for the terminal's final response. I like those POS terminals that usually beep or say, your account has been credited, or they do beep. Wait for that sound. Now, where that the POS terminal doesn't make the sound, verify before you let that person go. Count cash before handing it over. Again, this is for both parties. Count cash before handing it over. And never let customers handle your POS machine unnecessarily. Treat your POS machine like you treat your undergarments. Yeah, you won't just let somebody take hold of your boxers or take hold of your shinny. Treat your POS machine the same way. And at the end of the day, don't go home to do it. You see that place where you are, gone, gone, gone. In fact, you don't even wait for the end of the day. Periodically, as the day progresses, check your transactions periodically to make sure that what you're putting in and what you're getting in is tallying periodically. It sounds like work. Well, yes, that's because it is work. You are working. It is work. You are working. Now, many mistakes happen because customers intentionally distract the operator while the transaction is processing. So here's what you do. When the person is busy making small talk, don't engage. Like the lady I told you, when the man started over talking, she stopped talking to him. Yeah, that's the same thing. Don't engage so you don't make mistakes. Now let's get into cash management, although I will expatiate further later on. Avoid keeping all your daily sales in one place. Yes, I know it's convenient to see your money high, but please avoid it. In fact, some business owners have like a safe that they keep elsewhere that only them know, especially if you have your private office. So what you do is when the money hits a certain amount, that's for those of you that still keep cash on the premises, you remove that, go and keep it in your safe, and make sure it's a safe that only you know the combination. In fact, to make it difficult, I know we're in the digital age where you can do ping pong, ping pong. There are safes that you have to turn 6 steps to the left, 5 steps to the right. I highly suggest you use that because ping pong, they could guess the numbers. But the sequence of turning left and turning right is difficult. And there are still safes like that. Then at the end of the day, or if the money is too much to keep on the premises, make sure you use a back door to leave to the bank. So if anything happens, well, it's bad, but still it's 5K, so it's manageable. Avoid counting large sums where customers can see, which is why I highly recommend, please, transfers are always best. So avoid counting large sums where customers or even people can see. And if possible, make regular bank deposits instead of keeping large amounts overnight. You see that overnight money is a no-no. You can never be too sure. Cash attracts criminals, visibility attracts attention. Now let's get into goods. Stock. You see, money isn't only the money where you see for hand cash. You see your goods, that is money. Your stock is your money sitting on the shelves or whatever business you're doing. And once it's stolen, your profit disappears with it. Now, for provision stores and supermarkets, there's this thing, especially when you have a lot of staff. You see that thing where staff will go and gather one corner, they are gisting. Stop it with immediate effect. Because when you gather one corner and you are gisting, you're vulnerable to whomever might be watching. You know, some people can stand outside and be looking inside your shop, you wouldn't know. They'll be looking, waiting for they call those crimes of opportunity. They'll be waiting to see, okay, good, the coast is clear, enter and grab one thing. So that gather together to talk about River State issues, stop it. You can gather and talk on your own time. Now, if possible, one person should always monitor customers. Don't monitor in the way that it becomes glaring that you're following the person, because sometimes that thing is actually kind of annoying. But make sure you monitor customers, one person at least. Avoid creating blind spots between shelves. Now, blind spots are positions or spots where if anything is happening there, you won't see. So if you are a shop owner, mirror, 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 mirror. Mirrors have saved a lot of establishments from stupid theft. So you can place mirrors in strategic positions where when you look at the mirror, you are seeing everybody and seeing everything. So however you want to place it in such a way that there are no blind spots. You can sit from somewhere and look if you don't want to use CCTV. Now, arrange expensive items where staff can easily see them. So if somebody picks out something, you can see that, oh, there's a gaping hole there. That thing is not there. And that thing will not pass in front of you and leave the shop. So place the expensive things where they can easily see. Doesn't necessarily mean keep it in front of the door. No. But keep it in such a way that from where anybody is sitting, they can notice gaps. Make sure your shop is always tidy. If your shop is bagara buguru, scatter, scatter, then you're never going to notice what's lost and what's missing. So a tidy shop, an organized shop is key. Now, greet every customer. Not just you, the cashier at the till, but you who's standing at strategic positions. Good afternoon, sir. You're welcome to our shop. You're welcome to our establishment. It simply tells them that you have noticed them. Do you know, even large supermarkets in America and Britain, they train their staff to acknowledge customers with eye contact, as in let the customer see you, that you have seen them, looking them eye for eye. Because people who intend to steal always want to lurk. They want to go unnoticed. And the minute you greet them, you tell them, we have seen you. So to a certain degree, it discourages opportunistic thieves because, well, they've been seen. Now, you may know this, but, well, it bears repeating. Never release products simply because someone says, my oga has paid, my wife has transferred it, the office has lie. Verify first. Oga, I'm not calling you thief, but please let me do my job. Verify first. No verification, no goods. Now, for your self-protection, arrange your shop in such a way that it makes it a little bit difficult for somebody to run in and run out. Yeah. So keep things in such a strategic way that, like a maze, so they have to navigate carefully or whatever. That way, if anybody steals something, they have to plan very well to run out and they could get caught. So make sure that your shop is positioned in such a way that it isn't easy for someone to race in and race out. And if you are alone, always make sure, if you don't trust the person, stand as close to the entrance as possible while watching the person pick whatever they want to pick. Obviously, they will have to come to you to pay and create attention. Never allow strangers to position themselves between you and your exit, especially if you don't trust them. Which is why I don't advocate that you be the only person in your shop. Maybe you and another person, or you and two others. It would greatly diminish your chances of being, in danger. And if your instincts tell you wrong, I've said this before, trust your gut. Raise your voice, call your neighbors. Neighbor, come on, I can't do this thing for me. Create attention, because criminals prefer privacy. Now, don't forget, a lot of robberies happen just before closing. So I said it before, I'll say it again. Watch where you're counting money. Watch what you discuss. How much you... Oh, sales were good today. Hey, God bless me. Nah, lie you. They're not a third person say, when your yam, they white. You check your yam don't white, cover it back with sand. Not talk. No matter how you want to praise the Lord, when you get home, praise the Lord. And unpredictability, that will save you. Don't pass one road all the time. Unpredictability in business. Changing your routine makes it harder for criminals to predict your movements. And always stay alert. So avoid long periods of looking at your phone. Leave the phone. Phone go put us for trouble. Watch your surroundings. Oyibo calls it situational awareness. So even when you're playing around with your phone, raise your head, look left, look right, look up, look back. Don't die inside the, what's the latest thing? Okay, yes, I and Siki were talking this morning, Korean movie. Don't forget yourself inside it. You look up once in a while to make sure that nobody is lurking or watching you. Observe who enters and notice who leaves without buying. Awareness is one of the cheapest forms of security. All right, I'll soon be opening the phone lines. I have so many salons, barbers, what's that thing called now? Service businesses. But for want of time, let me just quickly jump to how fraudsters identify their victims and then the money. Cash is king. I'll open the phone lines. Here's how fraudsters identify would-be victims. They watch before they act. So a fraudster may visit your shop several times without buying anything, like that man that came and was like, how much is this and how much is that? They are observing. They're observing who is handling cash, so they will focus on that person. They're observing who verifies payment, who leaves the counter unattended, who appears distracted. Criminals often gather information before making their move. So be on top of your game. They target people who rush. If they notice you are serving 5 customers at once, answering phone calls, giving directions and collecting payments all at the same time, they know you are more likely to make mistakes. That's when they will attempt a fake transfer or create confusion. They create urgency. Quick, I'm in a hurry. Help me. Network is slow. My driver is waiting. I have a meeting. Kia, kia, kia. The minute you feel rushed when you're selling something to somebody, slow down. Sin has proven his or herself over time. And by over time, maybe like 1 year. Like 1 year. Maybe like 1 year before you start giving out credit line, because they not eat you for big one. They not eat you for big one. They look for people who hate saying no. They look for people who hate saying no. Many business owners are naturally polite because, well, customer is king. You need them to come back. And fraudsters understand this. So they will use charm, compliment, sympathy, and sometimes even intimidation to make you ignore your normal procedures. What do you mean? Do you know who I am? How dare you talk to me? Stuff like that. Or, oh, wow, you're so nice. You're so... I will refer other people to you. Thank you for that. But please, never let all of that razzmatazz or razzle-dazzle make you change your policy. Stick to your policy. They also watch your body language. If you look nervous, they also watch your body language. If you look nervous, if you seem unsure, especially for new hires, if you constantly ask staff what to do, or you don't understand your own payment system, or you panic under pressure, bam, they don't get you. So learn your business and learn it well. Like I said, don't be alone. A second hand or even a third hand, yeah. Confidence, not aggression, often discourages scammers because they realize you're likely to verify every step. You see, fraudsters are not, they're not successful because they're smarter at all. They succeed because they convince honest people to stop following their own rules. So the moment a business owner abandons their process because someone says, just for this first time, it could be an okwana huna moment. Now let's get into money handling. You see, when they give you money, don't count, don't fold. You know that Igbo man style of folding it, then you did 1, 2, and it's half of the pages you're counting. No, do like that. Count it singularly, one by one, because sometimes scammers will fold notes to make them appear thicker. Mix genuine notes with paper cut to the same size. They can even glue together parts of the notes or hide denominations inside bundles of higher denominations. So anytime you're giving money, separate it, count it one by one by one, and never recount in the same order. After the customer has counted it, count it yourself. Don't rely on their counting. Their confidence should not become your own. Then always check the denominations. You see 100 naira and 200 naira, they look alike. They look alike. So before you make mistake, verify the denominations very, very well. And while counting, if the person is like, oh, madam, where did you buy this fan? Oh, how much is this rice? Oh, I love this and that. Nah. Do not allow that shift in attention. Count your money first. When you are sure it's complete, then tell him which supermarket you bought the fan from. Protect your eyes. Many business owners spend too much time looking down. I said this before, it bears repeating. You're looking at your phone, you're looking at your calculator, you're looking at receipt, you're looking at POS. Meanwhile, someone is stealing. So no matter what you're doing in the course of your business, look around. Situational awareness. Even when they want to buy something from you, always repeat what the amount. Okay, you gave me 5,000. No, it's 5,000. I'm holding. No, because sometimes some will say, madam, what do you mean? I gave you 10,000. Were you not paying attention? And then you'll be like, hey God, what do I do? I don't know. I'm not too sure. Always repeat how much you have counted before moving forward. Now, there's also bag switching. Someone will enter your shop and another person will enter. If you're not paying attention, the person that first entered will pack whatever they want to pack, give the other person, that person leaves with the bag, and then the other one leaves with the empty bag because they've switched their bags. Situational awareness. Some even go so far as using children for distraction. The child will be on the ground, hey, mommy, you didn't buy me sweet. Creating attention, distraction, and somebody is packing your gari, your derika, your vegetable oil, whatever it is, they're packing it. Situational awareness. Watch out for customers that are so well dressed. Sometimes it's the very well dressed ones that are the thieves. Meanwhile, you're chasing away somebody that came in with ordinary slippers. You see those ones smelling of designer perfume, looking like butter can melt in their mouth. Sometimes now then be the thief. So please don't be suckered in by somebody that looks so good and speaks. Could be the thief. And finally, before I open the phone lines to get your own thoughts, never chase the thief. Because sometimes in chasing them, they might have weapons to stab you and all of that. So the only thing you should do, the safest thing, is raise alarm. And if you're lucky, people around could set leg for the person or somehow tackle the person. Yeah. But if you're the only person, then be careful. Anyway, let's get your own thoughts. How do you have any business tips and tricks that have saved you from loss? Would you like to share? Or would you just like to give your thoughts and perspectives? Being a business owner, an entrepreneur. Let's get your thoughts. 0810-9510-951. That's 0810-9510-951. For text messages, WhatsApp messages, and voice notes, 0701-9339-962. 0701-9339-962. All right, let's keep the thoughts going. Another way of safeguarding your business is to watch repeat visitors. Because sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, not every visitor is buying. Sometimes they are studying the terrain. So they want to learn the closing time. They want to learn the cash location. They want to know if there's CCTV positioning. They want to know the busiest hour, the weakest employee. So you should be very, very careful of that. Somebody that comes in but never buys anything. They just come in, they look around and go out. They come in, they look around, they go out. Something's up. And it's up to you to do the needful. Okay. We're cleaning today, or we're doing this and that. Maybe come another time or something. Especially if the person has done it like more than 3 times. Your shop layout also matters. How you arrange your shop. Can you see your entrance? Can you see your shelves? How dark is your shop? Some people, in trying to conserve light, thank goodness for low output bulbs now. But in order to prevent or to preserve the bills from going too high, they might put one small bulb and the shop is superiorly dark. You can't see. Light would help. Can customers disappear behind tall displays? Which is why for some of these modern shops now, you find that the shelves where they stack things on, especially so that they can see to the back, the shelves are not so high that somebody can hide or crouch in a corner and start pilfering things, so that someone doesn't stand unnoticed. Sadly, this is one that, what can you do? It happens a lot. Employee losses. It's an uncomfortable truth, and it's a global truth. But businesses lose billions from internal theft. Now, some examples: fake refunds, especially if they target an employee that's not paying attention or not too sure how to calculate money or how to check the cash app and all of that. Yes, fake refunds. Some employees underprice for friends. Oh, don't worry, don't worry, I'll tell my madam that one thing, do 2 things, especially if the madam or the oga is a friendly sort or a humble sort or a nice sort. Yes, because some employees take the niceness of their bosses for stupidity, unfortunately so. And also, yes, they steal, pocketing cash. Mistakenly giving extra change, especially where they are not so math savvy, which is why those of you in business, especially especially if the business is one that handles large volume of cash or needs calculations of transactions, before you employ anybody, test them. Test their math skills, their calculation skills, their accounting skills. And if they are not up to standard, please don't hire them. Even if they are the brother to the cousin of your best friend or the cousin of your deacon or whatever. No. You came to make money, you came to make profit, you came to do business. So if their math skills, calculative skills are not up to standard, no. Now, a sad one that leads to losses: some of the staff take stock home. They steal the stock, depending on what you're selling. Now, one way you can curb that, understanding that money is tempting and times are tough. After taking your inventory, and I highly recommend stock taking every week or every 2 weeks. Don't leave it for too long a time, so that you know if something is missing and all of that. Yes, but give them stuff. Not regularly, because that stuff you're giving forms part of your profit. So give them what you know would ordinarily not cause you loss. So let's say you're selling rice and you have more than enough stock, or you have some business owners do this thing where they could sell at different prices to different customers just by looking at them and weighing them. Oh, okay, this one not to get money. Okay, let me sell it to him at 100 naira. Someone else comes and says, oh, this one, be like saying fit afford 150. Okay, let me sell it to this one at 150. This one at Ogao, let me sell this one at 500. So yeah, some of you make up for losses and all of that way. So if you have businesses where you're flexible with your pricing, then at the end of the week or end of the month or something, you can give your staff 1 or 2 take-homes. I have it on good authority that dashing them some people are wicked. Yes, that's true. But some staff, understanding that at the end of the month, they make this and that, it will mitigate, internal theft. Then allowing your staff take-home tips is very good. There are some establishments that will say, "Oh no, we're not giving. We don't give tips." With your bank, you see your bank. No matter the bank, business owners, they will never ever call you to say what happened to your birth date, what is your birth date, or what is your this or that, verify this, that, and the other. In fact, you can widen it. Your insurance company, your pension scheme, the company you use to pay your pensions or whatever, they will never call you. It's not allowed. They are not your best friend. The highest they will do is some banks send you birthday messages. Bakam. So if somebody calls claiming to be from your bank, you're talking to a scammer. Even for taxes, they will never call you. And even if you indulge the person, the minute they ask for OTP, that is a one-time password, say, "Oh, we're having a Zoom meeting, and the Zoom meeting is for you. You people are under my cabal." I think that's what bankers call you, under my cabal. And I'm supposed to have I'm your banker. What's that thing called now? Account officer. And I'm supposed to have a Zoom meeting with all of you and this and that. And starts asking for, "Oh, I just sent you. Did you get the PIN? Please, could you read it out to me?" That is a scam. All right. I was trying to take that call and okay. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My lady, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Isugo, I'm calling you from PH.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, in addition to thank you so much for what you just presented. Honestly, you are just like somebody who graduated in security studies. I thank you so much.
You're
You have
welcome.
an in-depth knowledge, yes, about it. In addition to what you just said, another way these people operate, they come with tinted vehicles or a vehicle parked in front of, let's say, supermarket. And they may be 4 in number, and one person may just come out. You wouldn't know that it's tinted. So that one person will just, they park at the entrance. So one person will just disguise as if he came in to buy something. Then other ones are right inside there, watching everywhere. Watching, especially if the where they count money is also facing them. So they are there watching and monitoring events going on there in the supermarket. At times they come with keke also, use tarpaulin, like when it is raining, they just park there. You wouldn't know that 1 or 2 persons are still inside there, and one person will just drop down, walk inside, pretend or disguise as if he has come to buy anything, while the rest are there doing their studies. That's what I said you ask. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That's an interesting one. Thank you for giving us that idea. All right, 95.1. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good afternoon, Don.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chris O'Chris.
Yeah, the right person. you know everything.
Okay.
Let me see add. There is a format now that is going on. They have called me almost 3 times. And please, sir, I just mistakenly sent recharge card to you.
In our Pulse of the Nation report, we have a segment for market analysis.
Okay, interesting.
Prices of goods as at last month, and nobody can conveniently walk past that place, either a male or a female.
Okay.
So if the place is well lit and there's enough light,
yes,
there will be a reduction on the level of crime that happens there. Then again, if you have maybe 1 or 2 strategic police vehicles parked by the side, people will be careful.
But there's this thing, I saw a video recently, old GRA, don't know who's doing it. Could be the scavengers, it could be hungry boys.
Okay.
These NDDC street lights are now being taken down, and they're stealing that solar panel and leaving the rest as carcass. So that's happening. So what do? We put the street lights, somebody steals it. Put the street lights, somebody steals it.
You know, when you do all these things, there's a major selling point.
Okay.
Every state has a major selling point for items like that.
Okay.
But I hope you know that the same thing is not operational now in Abuja.
Really?
Yes, we used to have pantakers. And I understand that the minister went around as part of sensitization. He said, when these guys steal these things, they come to you guys to sell. The next time anything is stolen in the FCT again, we are going to stop you guys from operating. So now when they bring those things, you want to be very, very careful. You must give them detailed information. Where did you get it?
Got it?
If possible, they may even involve police. How did you get this thing to bring? Because you don't produce iron. All of a sudden you brought iron. How did you get it? I think for us, it's just to beef up security. And again, the manhole, I observe again.
Yes,
most of them are taken
covers.
away. You understand? Most of the roads are like that without manholes. So where do they take these things to sell? So most of the time, this business are done with people who operate in the northern part of the country. They call them pantakers, where you sell
scraps.
Very good. You understand? So there must be a selling market for selling for these people to be able to operate. So you need to talk to the people who buy this kind of items and want them seriously. Okay, like if you go to Abuja now, to some extent, the idea of selling scraps like that is already coming down because...
Oh, really?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's coming down. The only one you can see visibly and buy maybe are from maybe houses that have been demolished.
Okay.
You need to break the stones or the concrete to bring out the iron rod and bring out the doors and everything is understandable. But by the time I see you bringing a fanciful light, okay, or see you bringing iron that is meant to be real for a major bridge, where are you getting it from? I walked past some streets the other day, small bridges like that, about 2 or 3. All the rails have been taken off. Who did that? And you could see visibly that somebody used a saw.
So hack into it.
Very good, you understand? So I think for us, it's just to beef up security.
So
And to be honest with you again, there are times you walk in the night, you're wondering whether there's really security around.
Because I was about to ask you, is that not a failure on the part of the police, or is it failure on the part of government?
Okay, give and take. We and even the agencies involved have some level of blame and everything.
Okay.
Let me give you a clear example. My neighborhood, coming back at 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, everybody gives you the impression that the vigilantes are all on the street. Then come out by 12:15.
They're gone.
Everybody has. So the idea was just to stay there and just collect something from you and give you the impression that we are doing something, and nobody is there. And the policeman who says on your street, and you're so excited that the man is there, by the time you come out at about 11:30, 12, and you just check very well, they are not there. But at 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock to 11, they were all busy, and there's a major traffic, all in the name of checking. But what happens when you want them to be there at 11, 11:30, 12, nobody's there. I'm not saying something that somebody told me, something I've confirmed myself.
All right.
Not once, not twice, because I've even done a report on that.
On it, okay.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is where you come in. Many times, this are talking, what does it do? This, that, and the other. Some of you have even called in to say, what is the NOA doing? I need you guys to call in and put your NOA questions and your River State questions to the Publicity Secretary of the National Orientation Agency because, well, pulse of the people. It's very, very possible that your concerns, your worries, your ideas, your thoughts, yes, will make its way up the flagpole. Have your say, as they say. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, David Don.
Could you turn down the volume on your radio first?
I am away from my radio.
All right. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ajib Radio of Dagon.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want your guest to please speak on issues in River State, especially how River State government is keeping quiet. You know, people are suffering in the hands of exploiters. That's the land.
The NOA focus on a whole lot of things. Okay, it's not, most times when maybe because of the visibility of politics and everything, and people just feel that they just talk about politics. Okay, there was a time we did a training on key household practices around immunization and all that.
All right.
Okay, the even so harmful sociocultural practices to stay part of it. And I remember very well in 2014 we had a program on harmful sociocultural practice in some kids in a particular state in the FCT there.
All right.
Where twins were still being killed and albinos too were still being killed and everything. It was really, really massive. And as at that time, we saw the concern and the worries the people showed that how come we are exposing everything and all that. So the best anyone can do, like I always say, we will sensitize. We will collaborate with community members, but it is their responsibility to begin to think of how to ensure that whatever information we give to them, that we implement. So what we did at that time, we had theater for development for the people.
So like dramatizing.
Yes, theater for development for the people. We now dramatize. Then we have theater for development with the people. We did the play with them. At the end of the play, you begin to ask them to indicate, to show the kind of challenges they could pick from the drama and everything and all that.
All right.
We do all that. Okay, major sensitization. And even the community dialogue session is aimed at also the same thing. But you can bring information to people. You can't force them to take it. Okay, particularly if it has to do with their culture and their tradition.
All right.
Okay, but you can show them the harmful side of it and what they should do to stop operating in that dimension. But if they insist and continue, because what happened the last time we had that training and everything, that community engagement, so much money was put in.
I see.
Some other persons, traditional chiefs, were happy and excited. We go to a community where they block the road, they say we'll not go anywhere. Why are we coming to stop what they've been doing for years?
I see.
You understand? So you can only advise and counsel. But there's something what the fellow before this guy said, this other fellow said, that there should be sanction in place. And I've always said this. Any organization responsible for any service should do what they're expected to do.
Okay.
And if there are people who are to receive this service and are not complying, sanction should take place.
All right.
So most of the time, because of lack of sanction, people just do whatever they want.
All right, let's take this call.
Yeah.
Talk. Turn down the volume on the radio, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, ladies on.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, and good afternoon to the National Orientation Agency man on the air.
Thank you very much, sir.
I think this is Dr. Chris.
Those days when we were in secondary school, they used to call them MAMSA. Because they were so more popular then as MAMSA than now.
You're right.
Yeah. Quickly, these people are responsible for enlightenment. And I just rose from the meeting now. Ask me what we're discussing in the meeting. I'm Dr. Chris anyway. What we discussed in the meeting is that no child in Nigeria should be born with the mouth open and open to the nose. And no child should have the palate. Palate is that if you can take your tongue up, that's happening you're seeing there. Some of them, theirs are open, that they cannot swallow and talk well. And therefore, there's an agency that handles it free. Even your transportation will give to you free. Bringing the patient for surgery, everything is free. So please, let me also add my own concern. Please help tell the world, help tell Nigerians, especially in the rural areas, that it is not a diabolic means and it can be cured. Those things will repair them and suture them and make sure the child comes out well, sound like every other child.
All right.
Preach the gospel. If you want to hear more of it, yes, you can contact University of Port Teaching Hospital, the plastic unit, bones and plastic units and reconstructive units. They do all that free. Thank you, and National Orientation Agency.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chris, for calling in.
Thank you.
Talk. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Hello. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
They're done.
It's Lionel Messi uttering the words, no matter what has happened, everybody stay focused. And I mean, there has been a certain bit of controversy, especially when you look at how that final was played, football. He's giving countries that don't have a chance to ever qualify to a World Cup to get them to play at the World Cup.
Yeah. And they are against him expanding to 64 teams.
Some people, I think CONMEBOL, is it the Argentine chief? But CONMEBOL have sort of agreed and said, oh, they would like to also see it expanded, and saying that that is the 100 years anniversary of the FIFA World Cup. So at least that is a good chance to see an extra layer of countries never seen before at the World Cup. I have nothing to say regarding whether the World Cup should be expanded to 64. I mean, I rarely watch the group stages because of the quality of football that was there. It seemed ages to take completion. But when you talk about a 64 World Cup, a 64 team World Cup, a lot of people are just looking at, the quality of football, which teams are going to qualify. But have you also talked about the gap and the window? This World Cup started on the 11th of June to the 19th of July. Now, the Premier League starts on the 21st of August and will run to at least the ending of May. And then maybe in and around the area, maybe in the first week of June, there's a Champions League final. But there's how they fit into this schedule when it's a World Cup year. So the league starts a little bit early and closes at least the Champions League final has to be the ending of May so that teams can assemble and prepare for what they also want to do in the national team camps and all that. So for Gianni Infantino and their idea of raising the FIFA World Cup to 64 nations, if there is the right coordination, I mean, it takes a lot to organize a World Cup. It takes a whole lot. Infantino could not meet up with the third place game because of the whole thunderstorms, but he posted a video on Instagram. He's been looking at his Instagram section, by the way. He posted a video on Instagram and was talking about how the organization for the final would be, and a lot of outcry, right? And Tebas is talking about money and all that. When you have, for instance, the lowest ticket price in the World Cup final was $7,000. $7,000 is $7,000 is not small money. I mean, and you could see the host of celebrities and all that, even down to when Donald Trump came out. He came out to a chorus of boos, at the stadium. And how Infantino has orchestrated the whole World Cup, seeming like to have a bromance with Donald Trump, and it seems like, okay, this is now escaping from you having a unilateral say as the most powerful man in football to now sort of being a government puppet or a world power puppet, so to say. But he took the World Cup to, one of the richest countries you could find. So, he sort of needed a backing. He's directly working with the most powerful president in the world. So you don't also expect him not to have a sense of loyalty to him. Now, in as much as I am not on the same side with him, having his loyalty with him, when I said shameless Sep, it is well documented about how the 2010 World Cup came about. It's also well documented about how the World Cup in Qatar came about. And to be honest, what does Sepp Blatter has to say? Bro, you were the FIFA president when he took the FBI to come and investigate FIFA and clear out all of including you, who had to step aside. On your watch, FIFA was most corrupt as it would ever be, even to the public eye. Now, a lot of people are already saying, Infantino, there's a lot of shady things going on, right? It's just looking glaring. Let an investigation be done, and then we'll see. But shameless Sep, like I said, under your watch as the number one man, FIFA was extremely corrupt to the core, where a World Cup went to Russia, a World Cup went to Qatar, this World Cup went to the United States. So, come on. He's just trying to take advantage of this whole situation, to come and try to claim as he is. But even Sep is not without stain. Sep also had a corruption charge too, against which even made him banned from. So, you talked about how I have followed up on some of the intricacies of FIFA. Yes, see, it is not coded language that these things don't happen in football. If you think Infantino doesn't have a level of loyalty to Trump, you're kidding yourself. Because from how I've sort of studied, even from when Jean Havelange was FIFA president, so to say, before Sepp came into the picture later on, there has been a sort of relationship between country leaders, especially when it seems the World Cup is coming into their own country. In 2010 too, Nelson Mandela was sort of paraded a lot, even with his health issues. which made the wife of Chuck Blaze at that time, when she was trying to confess to all of there is a way it treats you now, because like I said, $7,000 for the cheapest seat at the World Cup final is ridiculous money. And Infantino just has to get things in check. He's done it for the profit. So,
speaking of money and profits, the 50 million prize money that was given to Spain for this World Cup has been taxed by the US 30%. That means 15 million is going
save them
to
the stress.
the US.
All these teams should know the laws before they participate in this World Cup. Didn't they know the laws?
Well, this was not the first time. It happened in US 1994.
Exactly.
But US is the only team that has taxed. Shouldn't FIFA, at least the World Cup, shouldn't FIFA at least step in to help the teams here?
When countries bid for the World Cup, it is the different how do you put this in? The different confederations that vote who gets the in the representation of the General Congress of FIFA. They have the gentlemen who head a lot of these bodies, both their presidents, their general secretaries. So when there is a general congress and the FIFA executive committee, now you now play your, just like you have the regular politics here. You go and seek endorsements that, oh, we are putting our heart into the ring to go for the World Cup. You know, we need your support. We need your. Basically, that is what it is. So they are well aware of these things. Save me the stress if they are going to get taxed. They know these things. They are well conversant with these laws. So it should not be strange to them. Now them decide, say they will come together, vote, say US, Canada, and Mexico. It's them that decided that whole thing. They actually agreed it. Yeah. So it's well documented that there's an executive committee that spans all of these confederations together. And even when there's a general congress too, the various heads of the nations, now not even confederations, the nations are present. FIFA is a body, right, that has brought together different nations to also constitute for them to have a say in the affairs of football. So they have federations in those countries. And if you now decide to be under the umbrella of FIFA, you are now recognized as a football nation. So you roll with whatever the FIFA constitution presents, and you guys in those countries have accepted that these nations will host the World Cup. So you are well conversant with everything going into that World Cup. Yeah, some things caught some nations by surprise in this World Cup, which was not helpful. But at the end of the day, you've now known the risk of moving the World Cup again to the US, Canada. So when they come and bid again, you now have certain assurances. Mind you, sorry again, Sepp Blatter had promised that Africa would get a World Cup. And which is why South Africa had it that time. So you get promised here and there. These people do that. So now them save me the stress for all those things.
The thing they do why Sevilla, where the big club, we don't win like 2-3 Europa, they still struggle for finance. I mean they do well for them. Who don't come up tell us, wait till they do not they go. So because of that FIFA president and UEFA president doing it all. UEFA president, Timmy will talk say the champions they win, they are organized, everything will be okay. Everything not be okay. But when he knows suit you, you could talk saying like this way it be. Sepp Blatter, let Sepp Blatter go sit down in own because in own matter he dey big. That is why in there for us to make him sit down for there. Because the World Cup, I don't know when any country will host World Cup when one or two clubs no will come out. And politics, you know, go feel come out for football because the country where they go, where they go host them, president there for that country get rule and regulation. So if you know go feel abide to the rule and regulation of that country, no allow them to host the World Cup. Keep to the country where no get rule and regulation like Nigeria. Keep them, then go host them because Nigeria, any person feel come do what you want to do it go. Now only Nigeria. If not, the country where people did. Then get rule and regulation for their country. So any person where they bet say Infantino do this one, Ronaldo own. Why this Blatter not in come talk? Why UEFA president not be open man? Why that La Liga president not be open man when it happened to Ronaldo? Why come be say now as it happened to Balogun because of now Donald Trump? He don't pay back. Take everybody sit down because this life I no sure say politics will come up for football unless they no will allow any country to host World Cup.
Yeah.
Now they say we not go see anything politics, but any day way country they host World Cup, see this thing will happen, we will see it will still happen. But for me, this is the best World Cup ever
as a human being, like for me, when I don't watch.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Kabila. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, guys.
Simon. Hello. Right, we dropped call situation there. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. Welcome. All right, we keep getting drop call situations. Must be the network. 08109510951070193399962. And then from Woji says Ganacho has yet. I said yes to Aston Villa, but they didn't ask him anything. So it says, okay, no, it's not. Okay, it's for us. I don't have any problem in this tournament. Everything was well organized. I don't have any problem. Only problem I have was that my Super Eagles, my darling team, was nowhere to be found at the end of the day. The better team won. My name is Achima Gwanaya, texting from Umudumaya, Port Harcourt. On a good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Yes, go on.
My name is Tony.
Yes, Tony, go on.
Please, is there any player that has not want to buy? The other guy they say that they are not. I never hear what they have up till now. What is going on?
Wait, okay, with Arsenal, is the call still on?
No.
Okay, with Arsenal, it's dicey, you know. Okay, it's on.
You give it to you.
Okay, so they've only signed Crystal Zolis. Right now, there has been discussions about alternative plans for Morgan Rogers, his failed move to Arsenal, and then there's also Arsenal are in and snooping around the area for Julian Alvarez. But the major thing is Bruno Guimaraes. We heard that there's now a bit of direct contact between them and Newcastle. Arsenal obviously have their own valuation for Guimaraes, and Newcastle have their valuation. So let them stay on the negotiation table and see alternative players for Rogers, Diomande, Bakola. Yeah, these players are being eyed by Arsenal.
0810951070193399962.
Let me also put in Ezri Konsa. That's another player that they are looking at. But again, they have their valuation, and Villa have their own valuation.
Speaking of transfers, Phil Foden has signed a new contract at the club, Manchester City. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon to you all there.
Yes.
And his colleague. I'm sorry, West.
Yes, hello, West.
FIFA has its own standing rule, and it has been followed since they have been organizing their tournament. You don't have to bench because it's US. Honestly, that shift on that their policy, everybody's majority is not happy. You know, we know Donald that to us too.
Right.
What is good for goose is good for the ganja. That's what they say. You know, so I think that
Yes, okay. Yeah.
That thing they did, majority of football lovers were not happy.
Right.
So I think the FIFA president, you know, it might even cost him coming back. Though I heard that nobody's contesting, cost him coming back. Though I heard that nobody's contesting with him.
All right.
And even somebody come up and challenge him. Only that thing he did. Supposed to, you know, make him not come back.
Let's try to round up. Yes, we run out of time. Yes. All right, thank you. We've got from the WhatsApp port who says, "Good guys, I watched 7% of the games in this year World Cup, and it was interesting for me. From Cape Verde to the smallest countries in this year World Cup did very well. Europe should not make it look like the own football. Ronaldo got a Weber and no European made a comment, but it's Balogu everybody's talking about." From James. Asolo Westy says, "Arsenal looking at players rivals sign." Tell them Arsenal looking at players rival sign them. Lol Somto. I take it's copy for you. Well, as well too from the Facebook, we've got to say good afternoon. Tebas is very right. Check the health of the players now. The season is 4 weeks from now. These players are yet to recover and to affect the league soon. FIFA president should resign because he always supports a team at the World Cup, e.g. Argentina. Let's see if we can take one more call. 30 seconds. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. 30 seconds.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Yes. 30 seconds.
Lucky from Abia State.
All right, Lucky, you've got 30 seconds.
Yes, I want to ask you a question. What account of Nigeria? When they will play their match?
On the 23rd.
They will play against Malawi.
Yes, Malawi.
Time.
Yes?
Time.
Yes, we'll get the time. We'll get the time for you. It should be in the afternoon also. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, that's the last call, as we call it, curtains on this edition of Today Sports Live. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for Sports Attack 6:30 a.m. Then we do it 3 to 4 p.m. for Today Sports Live. The match is going to be by some to
28th of July.
28th of July. I said 23rd, 28th of July. So that's when the match is going to be. All right, good afternoon and see you guys later. I did a show with Somto Isaac and Victor Israel. Bye bye.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM. Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News update.
Good evening. Here's the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I'm Dawn Wilson. A former national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, has said the presidential candidate of the Nigeria Democratic Congress, Peter Obi, and his running mate, Rabiu Kwankwaso, lack the governance records and political legacy needed to secure victory in the 2027 presidential election. Ganduje, who spoke with journalists in Abuja, also dismissed the possibility of an Obi Kwankwaso presidential ticket on the platform of the Nigeria Democratic Congress, saying it would fail to gain support in Kano State. Questioning Obi's tenure as governor of Anambra State, Ganduje said the former governor had not demonstrated the leadership credentials required to govern the country. He also criticized Kwankwaso's political record, noting that unlike some former Kano governors, he did not serve 2 consecutive terms. The Phantom Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council, PFIPC, and its embattled Director General Prince Adeyemi Matthew are not legal entities, members of the House of Representatives ad hoc panel probing the agency's existence. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Dunoma Umar Ahmed, who appeared before the panel, said the Office of the National Security Advisor disowned the agency in a written communication sent to the ministry in November last year. He further explained that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs did not participate in or facilitate any diplomatic engagement, bilateral or multilateral discussions held by the PFIPC, nor did it receive any foreign investors, partners, or delegations on behalf of the PEAC PFIDC. Umar Ahmed said there was no document, memorandum of understanding, or agreement signed with any foreign government by the council available in the ministry. He also said the ministry did not play any role with the council in promoting Nigeria's investments abroad, while no Nigerian mission had any interaction with the PFIPC because it received no directive from the ministry in that regard, in line with its extant procedures and channels of communication. According to him, the ministry does not have any other document linked to the agency, adding that it has never had any official interaction or engagement with the PFIPC or its alleged Director General. On the foreign scene, lawyers in Kenya have launched a nationwide court boycott to protest judicial corruption and chronic delays. Cases in the country take an average of 2 years to conclude, and lawyers say corruption and systematic inefficiencies are to blame. After Wednesday's strike, the LSK is pushing for an ongoing boycott of specific judges and magistrates who they accuse of blocking anti-corruption measures and disciplinary procedures. Named judges include the Supreme Court.
Events, issues, personalities, all struggling to gain attention. But in the race for deadlines, the intrigues, power play on the current are often missed or underreported.
Insecurity here is basically a product of poverty.
But not anymore. As the platform on radio steps in to fill the missing links on events, issues, and personalities in the news.
I'm not afraid of anybody.
The platform on radio serves only the hottest topics and trending issues. Only on Today 95.1 FM. 95.1 FM. Port Harcourt.
Weekdays, 4 p.m.
Get on the platform on radio and be served.
All stand, breathe. Good morning, sir. Good morning. You are welcome to Jagbajantus High School. My name is Sam Sultan, your new mathematics teacher. By the way, do you understand pidgin English? Yes, sir. Okay, now what do we go use this for? Okay, carry your paper. Carry your paper. Them for my class. People of this world, them plenty. Sins of this people, many. So many. Many times plenty, multiplier. Many times plenty, multiplier. The answer you get now waiting, they make come and they cry. The answer you get now waiting, they make rich man they mess and that's deny. The answer you get now waiting, they make young boys and girls join party. Answer you get now waiting, they make innocent man not inside the jail. Get it, and then you need to grant a bail. Get it, oh. Everybody, join Jamatantis, solve mathematics. So, Oyibo say, what must we go use to solve mathematics? So follow Jamatantis. So ya carry by be for brotherhood. Love your neighbor as yourself. Oh, for objectivity. Be objective, P for democracy. The M for modification. Our behavior, let's come to the same. A, accountability. If you've been a job, A, take am easy. S for solidarity. Not every time we buy it. Oh, my shell. We enter new millennium. Nigeria's like 120 million.
Trending issues with correspondent reports. Our correspondents are out there sourcing reports from the field, and on this program we take their reports and have them give us more details. Perhaps you get to hear what's not entirely in the news. In the headlines this evening, Governor Fubara pledges full support for Rainbow Coalition candidates. Violence returns to Omoku as OSPAC commander among 4 killed. ICPC uncovers 908 ghost workers as police top list. All right, let's get into the story. But before we do that, you can be part of the show by calling the following numbers: 0810-9510-951. That's 0810-9510-951. For text messages, WhatsApp messages, and voice notes, 0701-9339-962, 0701-9339-962. Now, for social media, you can be part of the show. YouTube, Today951 FM. That's Today951 FM. You can also listen via the website www.todayfmlive.com. That's www.todayfmlive.com. Listen live. You tap that, you are in. Tune in and Radio Garden and our apps you can use. You can find them off of Google and the Apple Store. Download, then search Today 95.1 FM, and that's it. All right. Yes, brevity. 1 minute for calls, please, so that we can have everyone have their say. 1 minute, but where necessary, and that's absolutely where necessary, I'll add 30 seconds. All right, let's get into the story. River State Governor Similai Fubara has pledged his total support for the political umbrella known as the Rainbow Coalition, endorsing all candidates affiliated with the group from President Bola Tinubu to Oke Chinda and other political figures. The governor made the unexpected declaration during the foundation laying ceremony of the Riven, or Riven, could be Riven, Medical Industries Project in Rumo C, Port Harcourt. Addressing the audience, Governor Fubara urged all residents and political stakeholders across River State to sheathe their swords, set aside political differences, and back his decision in the interest of long-term peace and socio-economic development. Emphasizing the connection between political stability and state growth, Governor Fubara highlighted that initiatives like the Riven Medical Industries Project can only flourish in a harmonious environment. He noted that aligning with the Rainbow Coalition serves as a strategic move to unite political factions, end lingering tensions, and attract key industrial investments to River State. All right. So do you think the supporters of Governor Similai Fubara will take his directive seriously, considering his antecedents? Now, of course, you know that the platform is about correspondent reports, and here to give us...
As soon as you leave office, they will hunt him after. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you for calling. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, Don.
Hello?
Good evening.
Good.
Don, good evening.
Good evening, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is First Lady.
All right. Welcome to the show, First Lady.
Thank you very much. River State, according to your question, we are far from being on track. Mr. Governor is just whining the bit. What does that really mean? Is it the first time we are hearing my supporters? How many supporters do we really have now? Was it not in this state we are doing the before the state of emergency? He said that when his boss told him to collapse his structure, he collapsed his structure, not one, not twice. Since after he came back from suspension, has he ever seen how his supporters are feeling? He doesn't care, he doesn't bother. A lot of things are going wrong here and there. Now, he just woke up this morning to remember his supporters, saying that his supporters have lost confidence in it. He just leave all the things that he's whining, nothing. Even the person now is...
National Police, they need to swing into action to see how they can restore peace, because that's one of the biggest cities we have in River State.
All right, let's see how that plays out. Here's where you come in. Do you think the killings in Omoko are politically related? And do you think enough is being done to investigate violent crimes and bring those responsible to justice? The platform, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes.
Oh, your network, you might have to disconnect.
Can you hear me?
All right, try again.
Yes.
No, it's not working. Find a better spot and call back. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, Don. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Chimadike. Don, if we begin to look at political motivated or anything, then we want to say, I want to embellish it now. That is killing. Is the killing justified? No, it is an unjust killing. It is an immoral thing. It is happening in a place whereby there is no governance. Otherwise, something has happened before, and the government already was able to curb it and brought it to zero level. Now it has springing up again. And what is the problem? The people of Rwanda are still crying, not like what your guest is saying in the studio there or on call, that it is not for the governor to come in. In this place, we have lost an officer commander in Ipo. We have lost another officer commander again in the Omoko. And some days ago, an 11-year boy was killed by flood last year. And all these things is happening in this state. And other people are talking about insurgency. And we were talking about environmental hazard and now secret cultism.
All right.
What are we doing? Don, see, me I talk every day. That River people, we are tired of the governor of River State. His 6 months is like an ages to us. Let him resign so that we can use these 6 months and do some other thing.
Okay.
The speaker can handle this thing for us. The speaker of River State can do it. My name is Chimadike Bodumokuta.
Thank you for calling. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Hello? Looks like that call dropped. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good evening. Dr.
Yeah, good
Chris?
evening. Yes, Dr. Chris.
All right, go ahead.
There is an adage in my area that says when a man is not there, when they butcher the dog or an animal, when he comes, you ask where is the liver, where is the kidney. Just like the last caller, you know. See, it's not the fault of the government. Probably the fault of his godfather that has made it ungovernable, that development has not come. But be it as it may, now that they have all come together, probably one of the conditions as the deal is for him to join the Rainbow or Rainbow coalition. But whatever will make it possible to move forward is welcome. No man's ambition is worth the piece of progress. For Omok in particular, please, they should not disturb the piece of Omok. Like the young man told you, they have been to Omok. It's a sweet town. So if you go to Omok, it's a sweet serene town to be. And probably with time, Omok may become a capital or a state, capital of a particular state. So please, the people in Omok, let peace reign.
All
It's
right.
time for politics. Parents in Omok behold their children. Politicians are not worth dying for. Their children are in London. Their children are in New York. Tell me, they even want to let their children to take over from them. And you're killing yourself because of this politician.
Okay.
Have sense.
All
Have
right.
sense, our youth.
Thank you
Have
for
sense.
calling. Thank you for
Let the
calling.
politicians come themselves and do some
Okay.
of these things.
All
This
right.
actually is political related.
All right.
But let there be peace in Omok.
Okay.
It's a sweet.
95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Frank, once again.
All right.
Yeah, I condemn the killing in Omo. And as a regular son of Orasi, I'm appealing to my younger brothers and sisters in Orasi region for them to maintain peace. Let them not go and find trouble. This killing is unaccepted. My people should remember what happened in 2015, 16, 17. Our area is low area. Please, we should not go back to that era. It's not good, please. Thank you and God bless you. So.
All right, thank you for calling. The platform, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good evening. My name is Sunday.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Concerning homework, I'll say it's only homework to embrace peace and they'll make peace to reign in that homework. And one part of it, some of the leaders or paramount chiefs or rulers, children, if not them, belong to one group or the other. I'm not alleging. I already view of many areas that bring out this problem. If you find out, you see that some of these things come out from them. So they should embrace themselves, forgive each other. Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling. Let's get into the third story so it can become open season. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission has identified the Nigeria Police Force and 5 federal ministries and agencies as having the highest number of suspected fake workers uncovered during its payroll verification exercise. ICPC Chairman Musa Adamu Aliyu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, disclosed the findings while speaking on the Commission's investigation into payroll fraud across federal government institutions. Aliyu said the Commission discovered suspected 908 ghost workers in at least 50 ministries, departments, and agencies, recovering about 942 million allegedly paid as fraudulent salaries. According to the ICPC, ghost workers are fictitious names inserted into government payrolls to receive salaries fraudulently. In some cases, salaries are allegedly diverted by officials who add relatives and associates to the payroll despite them not being employed. Aliyu said investigators uncovered one case involving a man who allegedly placed the names of his wife, son, and mother-in-law on the payroll while also collecting the salaries of 12 workers. Wow. Among the institutions identified, the Nigeria Police Force recorded the highest number of suspected fake workers. And rightly so. They're on the roads collecting Egunje, so this is not a shocker. Anyway, let's get your thoughts. Do you think this could be the cause of unemployment in the country? No, it's not the cause of unemployment. It's the cause of greed. Endemic, I think that might be the word, endemic corruption. Let's get your thoughts. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, good evening today, FM.
Good evening.
This is Akuku from Apostle Chain.
All right.
my sister, that's killing normal. You say, like all of your thing, what you said, there's people who benefit when it's the crisis. Without crisis, some people cannot benefit. So all this killing now in Omok, I don't even know when all these things are happening in Omok. Omok, every time. I think since they have killed their master for how many years, I thought it's because of no competence. We don't have governance in River State. We don't have governance in River State. From A to Z. They are elected governors in River State because of their own personal interest.
Okay, thank you for
calling.
calling.
60 minutes until now, we don't have a governor in this state.
Okay, thank you for calling. But Dakuku, here's the thing: I was on a different story, and you took us a different place, and I kept calling your name, Dakuku, and you refused to listen. All right, let's take this story. Then we get into open season. All right. Yes. Do you think this could be the cause of unemployment in the country, which is the ghost workers with the police leading the way? Imagine, is it a shocker? Police leading the way in corruption. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, I think you can make me.
Hello? Your network isn't helping matters. All right, 0810-9510-951. That's 0810-9510-951. For text messages, WhatsApp messages, and voice notes, 0701-9339-962. 0701-9339-962. All right, let's go into text messages. Honorable Marlon, why wouldn't the governor support the candidates from his boss's faction when he has already been boxed by those who made him? As a person, he doesn't have the right to compel the entire citizenry of River State to join his team. He has lost pride in the scheme of things. Let him end his tenure and go home to take care of family. All right, Marlon, thank you for that. Don, my dear, my highly respected Governor Fubara has gotten it wrong with this announcement. For me, he would have ended his ambitions with stepping down from contesting election and quietly going to cool off with his family. That's from Ima Anayo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I praise my governor for endorsing the River State candidates from the coalition. Let it not be that he is anti-River State. Let's watch. Governor Fubara is exceptional, right? And for me and my family, we have lost confidence in Governor Sim Fubara from Uncle Tom from our Horder East local government area. All right, thank you, Uncle Tom, for that. They have been after the OSPAC leader all the while because he's not a Rainbow Coalition member. So they want him out so that they can install their own man. And that's from Mpaka Boari Otaji in Port Harcourt. All right, thank you for that, Otaji. Let's get into WhatsApp and see so everybody is heard. Let's get to the bottom of the messages. Don, good evening. My name is Ima. If Governor Fubara had been making political blunder, he should not advise Rivers people to make the same mistake he's making. All right, Ima, thank you. All right, somebody sent a message, but the message is yet to land. Let's get this one. That's a text, a WhatsApp message, by the way. It says, waiting to receive message. Good evening, 95.1. Felix from LMF. For me, Governor Fubara is on his own, and it's not someone to be taken serious. So his directive is neither here nor there. A conquest governor. All right. Fubara is solely on his own. How many persons still believe in him? Practically few persons. He has disappointed himself and hide his face in shame. The other word you used to describe him, I cannot say that. Don, Rainbow Coalition may bring development if the movement is in consonance with the 1969 coalition in America founded by Fred Hampton. Oh, you know your history, which had to do with the liberation of the people affected by racism. To me, the coalition should bring peace and development in River State. John, oh, wow, go. All right, thank you for that, John. Good evening, Lady Dawn. From the day our governor collapsed his structure, I knew it's over. He has retired some of his supporters without benefits or achievements. Rivers people should learn from this. Stop abusing people in the name of politics. It's not a do-or-die game. My advice to our governor, please remember Opobo and Nkoro land with infrastructures, no place like home. And that's DK from Port Harcourt. All right, let's take this message. Then we'll get into your voice notes. The killing of OSPAC commander is unjust. Days ago, a little boy died of flood killings in every part of River State. Governor Similai of River State should please swing into action to protect lives and property in River State. Prince C. Amadi It's a P from Obogoro in Obaga. All right, thank you for that. I am so disappointed in Governor Fubara. He's on his own and he cannot drag Rivers people in the evil coalition. God forbid. That's Indu from Rivers State. All right, let's get into your WhatsApp messages. I think it's only one. Let me be sure. All right, let's take it. And it looks like it's still loading. What's wrong with the network? All right, your message seems to still be loading. Let's try and see if we can get it in. Okay, I'll try my best to take it. Let's see if it has. All right, I'm waiting for it to load. While that's happening, let's take this call. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, go on.
Yes.
On the call from Port here.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Concerning those ghost names. Ghost name is because of unemployment. And if I may ask, what is the work of BVN and NIN they are disturbing me for? Nigeria government, they don't break.
All right, thank you for calling. The voice note has loaded, so let's take a listen to that.
Good evening, Don. I want to speak on the omo prices. Well, it's a pity and quite unfortunate that Nigerians, innocent Nigerians, are losing their life on a daily basis because the government has failed to do its duty, which is to protect life and property. Everything to them is politics, and even their supporters who want to blame government for everything. Why would you want to blame the government? When they hijack the state, the cases of emergency, even when the matter has not gotten to that level, I think they are jubilating. Today they are still blaming the government, but they cannot blame the one man that hijacked the state and turned the state to what it is today. Nothing is going on in the state. Still like graveyard. Business are not moving. State is just stagnant. They should continue playing politics. All of them will carry it with their head. Frank from Sanford Burukiri.
All right, Frank, thank you for that message. Let's see, we have one text message as well. I am very angry when they blame the governor for everything. When one man has set fire in the state, they blame the governor. All right, thank you for that, but you did not put your name. Let's go back to the phone lines. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is Christian calling from Port Harcourt. I guess you can hear me now.
Yes, loud and clear. Go ahead.
The only thing I'm happy about is that we don't own ourselves. There is a divine law governing our life and existence. So at the end of the day, whatever anybody has done, you will pay for it, either here or hereafter. It's not about politics. For those who don't know, you speak of a matter you don't know. You blame the governor for everything that's happening in Rivers State. Did people allow the governor to work? Does this state belong to one person that you will come out and be blaming the governor every day? Meanwhile, there is somebody who is somewhere that is making the governor not to work. I blame all of them. As far as I'm concerned, Rivers people should just mark it and suffer for their indolency. Because we are like a conquered people who cannot talk, and somebody is saying because of politics. I am from Omok, like I told you. All these things is because of politics. If anybody who don't know should know. As far as Omok is concerned, when it started 2014, they call it clapping hand. They want to use their horse now to chase people who are like who don't support them away from the city. So when you don't know about something, don't come and be talking what you don't know. It's all about politics. But like I started, a day of reckoning will surely await anybody, either directly or indirectly, who is contributing to all this problem in Rivers State.
Right.
I wish them well. Let them continue.
All right. Thank you for calling. Honorable Marlon, as for what is going on in Onelga, very much expected. When pride cannot find fault, it will create one. Pressure reveals character. All right. Thank you for that. 95.1, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? All right. That one dropped. 95.1, welcome to the show. What?
Today's news in 60.
On top wetin dey happen, we dey discuss serious matters on seriously.
Mr. Odi, if you lose after exhausting all legal avenues, will you accept the outcome and encourage your supporters to do the same? And what safeguards will you provide to prevent politically motivated investigations against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and other APC leaders?
Let me tell you why I will not lose.
Why?
Because the election is now between the people and the government. And I believe that people have suffered enough. And this election, so it's not me that will tell the people what to do. Because it's the people that will lose against the government. So whatever they will do, I don't know. But I'm not controlling it. Even if they have to go to court, they will call the people suing the government. So this election is between the people and the government. I'm only being used as a tool to stand for the people. If I win, we'll follow the rule of law. One of the things I must bring back and ensure happens in Nigeria is the rule of law. We must have the law. The system must work the way it should function properly. We're not going to do. I will never exclude anybody politically. I will never do anything knowing the wrong in office because it will benefit me. I will not go after my opponents. I will make sure we have strong opposition, strong parties that can stand and say no. And in times of problem, I will invite them. If I was president, for example, and what is happening in the north today is happening, I will invite all opposition parties. I will go and sit down with stakeholders in the north and discuss it and come to a solution, please. If I was president, and what happened in Oyo State happened, and most places, I will go there within days, and I will invite the opposition to come with me and say, listen, let's discuss this. Once the election is over, I will be serving everybody. And I want every idea. And since I don't have monopoly of knowledge, I will listen to others and I will learn from them. And will do the right thing for the Nigerian people.
Phone.
Before you go finish the yoga,
you know, every
anything
day
can
we go
happen.
explain tire. So now their officer they suppose to tell, no be us.
At all. Oga city minister, commissioner, sir. Not be we go dey tell that kind of thing. Because imagine say dey for one koro, for one checkpoint like that. Anything can happen, they call them accidental discharge. Who don't buy you, don't go. Don't want. So Oga, now your people, although I mean they talk to him people too, say una too much and know they search citizens' phone. Leave their phone for them. Unless you have a court warrant. And you understand? He say phone fit be exhibito, no doubt. But if they get court warrant,
To check am.
But say no, you just see people they pass for road, you say bring your phone. You resemble Yahoo boy, bring your phone. Makagini na.
Some people where they carry laptop, no be Yahoo boy. Some they register SIM card. So just give a level playing ground for everybody.
But the cocoa be say, Oga, we will be citizens. We are innocent people.
Yeah.
And we not get strength to go challenge your boys. Anything can happen. The what will happen for Delta State now, we don't hear the Oga they come and they talk say he's not guilty.
You don't see now.
Tori don't they change you.
I dey tell people any situation where no only God be your witness, avoid them.
No, this one apart from God,
yes,
video there, everything there. But they said that lawyers there where they stand for him, they say he's not guilty. The next thing now they go talk say maybe na 5 minutes insanity. Anything is possible. All right, so my better country people, now welcome on top of the program. What they call waiting day happen. Oh, make I ring bell again. Waiting day happen. Now that's Ogbonge program where they come up for this Ogbonge station. What they call Today 95.1 FM. You see as a phone talker today. No be yesterday, no be tomorrow. All today, 95.1 FM. All right, so today na the 22nd day of July. Now, you mean Wednesday? Is that right? No wonder rain dey fall anyhow. If like say na government dey collect revenue today, because they say when government dey collect revenue, rain dey fall.
Okay, rain dey fall
when
that day.
community dey collect, rain no go fall. So community dey spend money whole rain, so that they go collect money. Is that right? 30 minutes don't carry waka leave 5 o'clock. We go there here till 6 p.m. 1 hour query now we dey run. I mean no pass like that. But we dey bring you all the ogbonge things we don't happen. Ogbonge to if you hear the gist them, All right, so for you we won't get first hand information or you won't go ahead of others. Or yeah, now wrong go Facebook. You go see the tutorial of them. Don't they there? Go drop your comments when time reach. We go pick them. You could ask it to be the address for Facebook. Go find us for today95w.todayfmlive.com. Tell them say make them click listing live. All right, so that when I'm live.com. Tell them say make them click listing live. All right, so that when I go listing, then later when I go banter. You be the type where they like app things. You know, you're a big boy. You do app things. No problem. We got you. Go find us for TuneIn app or Radio Garden app. TuneIn app or Radio Garden app. When you reach there, find Today 95.1 FM. Today 95.1 FM. All right, all those ones now be the channels. That one are social media. They call them all of them. But then we can't get phone calls. Yes, so when time reach, we go open the phone line. May you say chook mat for any of the story. You'd be the type where you want to do SMS, you want to do WhatsApp, or you want to do voice notes. No problem. We got you. Phone number there.